on Hot News, if you have trouble falling asleep, outside of class that is, I've got a tip that will knock your socks off. Or actually on.
I'll tell you about a new tattoo that's designed for the blind.
Feeling down because gas prices are up? You're not alone. We'll have a student report.
Cancel your plans. There's a new puzzle game and it deserves your immediate attention.
And for some reason, students across the country were happy to tell us the biggest secrets they're hiding from their parents. Speaking of which, my mom thinks I'm in law school, so nobody tell her about this show, okay? How are you falling asleep nowadays? Listening to waves crashing on the beach? Popping Ambien? Trying to do your seminar reading? Well, Dutch researchers have a new suggestion: socks. They did a study to see if what people wore to bed helped them fall asleep. It turned out that people who put on socks were snoozing 27% faster than those who went barefoot. But don't put on the socks until right before you're ready to sleep. Scientists think that the sudden increase in foot temperature is what does the trick.
Okay, it's not Mensa, but this trivia question will put your mind to the test. Which of these classes is actually offered at Xavier University in Ohio? Is it A, Core Power, Deconstructing the Abdomen? B, Astrology, Signs and Their Effect on IQ? C, I Wish I Were an Oscar Mayer Wiener, Hot Dogs and the Transformation of Meat in 20th Century America? Or D, The Sponge, a study of its porous properties? We're not talking about birth control there. Grab your relish and your ketchup. The answer is C, I Wish I Were an Oscar Mayer Wiener. In this class, you'll learn about how the dog and some sausage varieties were developed. You'll also study the meat packing industry. One of the requirements for this course: make sure you eat before class.
We all love our parents, but that doesn't mean they need to know everything we're up to. We asked the students of Seton Hall, what secrets are you keeping from your parents?
Well, basically when I say I'm at one place, I'm not really at that place, I'm at another.
They don't know, they just bought me a TV.
I actually don't really keep that many secrets from my parents. They are basically very lenient with what I do as long as I let them know that it's going on.
I promised my mom I wouldn't meet any boys here. And I met one guy, but he's really cool. We haven't done anything, but we're just friends.
The biggest secret. What I did last night. My mom is the coolest person in the world to talk to, man. She knows everything. She knows everything I'm doing. So, I don't know, no secrets. Ma, I love you, no secrets.
Uh-huh. Is anyone actually buying that one? Want to hear other secrets? Sure you do. Click on Watch More to see more students spill their guts. Try tackling this bit of trivia. How many cows does it take to supply the NFL with enough leather for a season's worth of footballs? The answer just ahead. So how many cows does it take to supply the NFL with footballs each year? 3,000. That makes around 22,000 footballs. Holy cow.
It's a real pain in the pump. Rising gas prices are taking a toll on students. Eric Chumbler of Murray State University has the report.
It's a topic that makes many Americans across the country instantly angry. What's that, you ask? The continuously rising cost of gas. Many Americans are able to pay that price without much trouble. However, there is one group of people that find it harder to pay for than others. Who? College students. In particular, commuting college students.
I work here in Murray, and I commute back and forth to Paducah because I live with my parents.
And when asked how much he has to pay per month on gas?
$300. I just basically pull up to the gas station, just hand them my wallet. That's about it.
It's painful, isn't it?
It really is.
He's not alone. I found another student who has to pay even more due to commuting.
It wouldn't be a surprise at all to spend at least $350. I mean, after you have to drive back and forth for work and a girlfriend and all that kind of thing, it kind of gets expensive.
And there seems to be no relief in sight. Since November of 2006, the average cost for a gallon of gas was $2.20. Now, the average cost is $3.01. That's an 81-cent increase.
Well, I've got another year left, and I can't imagine the gas going up anymore. I mean, if it went up another 81 cents to $1, I think I my pants.
He won't be alone. College students all across the country will be crying right there with him. For Hot News, I'm Eric Chumbler.
Get your tissue ready. It doesn't look like there will be a price break anytime soon. If you have a story you'd like to submit, email us at joinin@hotnews.tv. Award recognition and scholarships are available. That seed money will come in handy for when you start your own production company.
And don't forget, all student pieces are critiqued by a professional journalist. To see how Eric's work measured up, click on Watch More. If you want to be a TV reporter, you have to know how to break into the biz. Top talent agent Ken Lindner says your first step should be getting an internship at a TV station. Next, you should put a resume reel together, remembering only to include your best material. Sometimes more is just more. And lastly, plan to start in a small town. A small TV station will give you the chance to learn about every aspect of the industry, develop your skills, and make mistakes in front of fewer people.
I think that it's a marathon and not a sprint, and really look at the big picture, get as many experiences as you can under your belt so that when you go to a larger market, when you get that national exposure, you're ready.
So what your professors have been telling you all along is actually true. You have to pay your dues.
Some people are taking body art to the next level. Now you can get a new tattoo that's not only visually appealing, but also a pleasure to touch. A German student has created Braille tattoos. Individual beads or whole tablets of Braille text are inserted under the skin. It's certainly way more original than getting a little flower tattooed on your ankle.
If your meal plan is use it or lose it, listen up. Whether or not you eat all the meals you're entitled to, you're still paying for them. By the end of the term, it's not unusual for some students to have unspent balances of $300 to $400. So make it a point to stop by the dining hall, even if you're not staying to eat. You can always stock up on drinks and snacks for later. As they say in Vegas, never leave money on the table.
Like any good puzzle game, 3D Logic 2 takes about 10 seconds to understand, and the rest of the semester to conquer. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to draw a line connecting each pair of colored squares on this pretty translucent cube. The trick is that the paths you use cannot overlap. You beat the first few levels and you start to think, hey, I'm pretty good. But dude, you're not. There are over 24 stages, and unless you're the type who can do a Rubik's Cube with your toes, then you'll never see more than half of them. By the way, if anyone can figure out how to beat level 8, our editor would love to have a word with you.
Well, it's time for us to pull a Kaiser Sose and disappear. But there'll be a new episode tomorrow, so stop by first thing in the morning. And if this is your first time watching the show, stick around after this for a look at the stories we'll be bringing you in the coming weeks. And like that, we're gone. So right now you're probably wondering, what is this thing called hotnews.tv and why are we standing so close together?
Well, Hot News is a little bit of everything.
We'll be bringing you headlines and stories just for the college crowd. Your college major may affect your life expectancy.
We'll keep you posted on cool new websites and online games and some of the weirdest courses in the country.
We'll feature top experts in relationships, style, and money.
It's a lot easier to take the risks when you're, say, 22.
Not to mention a psychic, an army interrogator, and a zombie guy.
I'll tell you what the living can learn from the dead.
But our best stuff will come from you. We'll be fanning out across the country to ask the hard questions.
And we'll be showcasing some of the best student journalism out there with awards and scholarships on the line.
At New York Institute of Technology.
At New York University.
At Marietta College.
And if you get caught, you'll get fined.
Did you notice that he drove, texted, and reported at the same time?
We'll be posting new episodes every weekday, plus bonus pieces that will bring you extra stuff we didn't have time for in the show.
And after you watch, don't forget to leave some comments. We'll be using our favorites for the crawl you see right over our heads.
From the $1,000 Sunday to a guy who gets shot for a living, Hot News will cover the stuff that other news shows don't have the cojones to touch.
So here's a tip: when you watch your show, don't wear socks. They will only get knocked off.
And we will not be held responsible.